the mythic god of the sea, a story of the power and mystery of the ocean. Welcome to our journey of discovering sea gods in mythology around the world. The sea has always been a symbol of life and death, of hope and fear. It is no coincidence that most ancient cultures worshipped gods associated with the sea, a place that people both trusted and feared. In the West, we have Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, who embodies the power and capriciousness of the waves. He grants safe passage to humans, but can also sink entire fleets in his fury.
Music
in contrast,
licensing
Yemaya,
reimagined.
in Yoruba culture, is a motherly figure, nurturing all creatures and protecting life. Just as the ocean silently shelters the lives of millions of creatures, in the frigid Arctic Sedna, the Inuit goddess of the sea, reminds us that the sea not only nourishes, but also demands respect and care. And the Polynesian Kanaloa, the goddess of the deep ocean, represents the mystery and sacredness of the sea. Each sea deity represents a human perspective on nature, majestic, venerable, and in need of protection. And it is these myths that remind us of the deep connection between humanity and the vast ocean. In ancient Celtic mythology, Lear was not simply a god, but also the living embodiment of the sea itself, an ancient, mysterious, and immensely powerful entity. The Celts believed that the sea not only surrounded their islands, but was also the soul, the breath, the heartbeat of that land. And Lear, the sea god, was the embodiment of that power. The legendary image of Lear inspires both respect and fear. He is often described as having an old face, deeply wrinkled, like the cliffs eroded by the waves over the centuries. His eyes are deep and dark, like the bottom of the ocean, always hiding secrets that no one can fully understand. On his head, Lear wears a crown of coral and pearls, and in his hand he holds a trident of driftwood, a symbol of supreme power over the waves. His cloak is made of sea foam and sea breeze, evoking the image of the sea blending with man. What really struck me was how the Celts worshipped the sea through Lear. The sea was both a companion and a natural force that should never be underestimated. They prayed to Lear for safe voyages and bountiful catches of fish. But at the same time, they feared Lear's wrath, the fierce storms and waves that would sink entire ships. If we think about it, we see that the message from Celtic mythology is still valid today. Before nature, especially the sea, humans still need to maintain respect and gratitude. Climate change, rising sea levels, increasingly fierce storms and floods. Is this the anger that the sea, the modern Lear, is unleashing to warn us? I think that when telling about Lear, the Celts were not only telling about a god, but also sending an eternal reminder. The sea belongs to no one, and humans are just small travelers on the vast ocean. Let's cherish and protect the sea as the ancients did. Otherwise, the ocean will reclaim what it has given us. In ancient Babylonian mythology, Tiamat was one of the earliest goddesses, representing the salty sea and the embodiment of primordial chaos. She was not only the mother of the first gods, but also a symbol of life and death, of order and chaos, the two parallel elements that made up the universe. Tiamat is often depicted as a giant sea dragon or a serpentine sea monster, representing fierceness and uncontrollability, but she also appears in the form of a woman, a mysterious and powerful cosmic mother. This reflects her dual nature, both creator and destructive force. The most famous story of Tiamat is in the epic Enuma Elish, where she rebels against her children for their treachery and the chaos they have caused. In the final battle, Tiamat is defeated by Marduk, the young god of order. After killing her, Marduk uses Tiamat's body to create the heavens and the earth. Her head becomes the sky, her tail becomes the earth, and the salt water becomes the ocean that surrounds the world. When I heard this story, I did not see Tiamat as a mere demon. Instead, I saw her as a powerful symbol of an immutable cosmic law. Order is born from chaos. Without destruction, there would be no rebirth. Without darkness, people would not appreciate life. Tiamat reminds me of nature itself today. The sea, like her, can be gentle, nurturing, bringing fish and cool breezes. But it can also be angry, raising tsunamis, storms, and washing everything away. Nature is neither good nor bad. It simply exists in balance. If humans blindly try to control or exploit the sea, the result will be the rise of modern Tiamat, environmental disasters that are clearly warning signs. Tiamat is also a symbol of the creative potential within each of us, because sometimes, to build a better version of ourselves, we are forced to destroy the old, accept the chaos in our minds, to rebuild everything. When mentioning the sea god in Greek mythology, most of us will immediately think of Poseidon, one of the 12 supreme gods on Mount Olympus. Poseidon not only rules the ocean, but is also the lord of earthquakes and horses. His image appears with a majestic and powerful appearance, a mature man, muscular body, beard and hair flowing like white-capped waves, holding a powerful trident, the ultimate symbol of the power of the sea. What makes Poseidon so special is his erratic personality. Like the ocean, he rules. The sea, under Poseidon, can be calm, nurturing life with abundant seafood, paving the way for prosperous voyages. But it can also turn against him, roaring, sinking mighty fleets in an instant. His anger was associated by the ancient Greeks with terrifying earthquakes and fierce tsunamis, as a warning of the power of nature that humans cannot underestimate. Today, when I think of Poseidon, I not only imagine him as an ancient god in mythology, but also as a symbol reminding me of the duality of the sea. The sea is a companion of mankind, providing resources, food, and trade routes connecting all continents. But if we exploit the sea indiscriminately because of our ambition, destroying the ocean ecosystem, the sea can also become the most fierce wrath that humans have to face. Poseidon, to me, is also a metaphor for the challenges in life. Like the ocean, sometimes our life is peaceful, open like a calm surface, but sometimes it will be stormy, testing the will and resilience of each person. The important thing is that we must know how to respect and be in harmony with the ocean, with nature, with challenges, with ourselves. And just like the ancient Greek sailors who always prayed to receive Poseidon's protection before each long journey, we today also need to learn to be humble before nature, appreciate what the ocean brings, and contribute to preserving the blue ocean for future generations. In the Yoruba religion of West Africa, Yemaya is one of the most revered goddesses, considered the mother of all things, the embodiment of the vast ocean and sacred motherhood. She is not only the ruler of the ocean, but also a symbol of life, nourishment, and protection. Just as the ocean has silently nurtured all living things for thousands of years, people often imagine Yemaya as a beautiful woman with long, flowing hair, dotted with shells and pearls like rolling waves. She wears a blue-white cloak, like the rolling waves of the open sea. In some legends, Yemaya is also described as a mermaid, with a sparkling fishtail on her lower body, gliding lightly in the vast ocean. Key GCVA, TTM, Haihu VA, Yemaya, TCM Non-Y, BAMT, Ngun, Nangluang, GCC Byte, BAMVN, Emna Song, Joe, VA Dudang, Nating Bayang, KMVN, VAV, Yemaya Chinlaw, Han FN, Thursday Nach CA Bayan C, Sao Dung, Bao Dung, VAAG by DN, Bayan Co, The Nui Didum, Band, Tang KT, COTA Nung, CNN, Joe Mac Lang, Inhung, Yukon, Gkang, Big Tran Tron, Bayan Kung Ko, The NHGN, Nan Chong, TTC, Bunning, CCC, MDN, Kong Luang. Yemaya is not only the goddess of the sea, but also a symbol of motherhood, protection, care, and unconditional love. In the Yoruba tradition, people pray to Yemaya for fertility, family well-being, and good health. The echoes of the sea are like the voice of a mother, sometimes full of love, sometimes strict and disciplined. What particularly impressed me was the message that Yemaya brought. Nature needs to be respected and loved as our own mother, because only when we know how to love and protect the ocean will the ocean continue to give us its generosity and abundant life. Today, when I see polluted seas, dead corals, or gradually extinct marine life, I find Yemaya's reminder more urgent than ever. When it comes to sea gods, many people immediately think of Poseidon or Neptune. However, myths around the world also tell of lesser-known sea gods, but they carry deep spiritual meanings. reflecting the connection between humans and the ocean. Enki is the god of fresh water, wisdom, and creation. In ancient Sumerian iconography, Enki sits between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, flowing from his shoulders. This makes me think, water nourishes not only the body, but also the mind. Enki symbolizes a world where knowledge and nature are inseparable, where water is also memory, a message from the universe to humans. Unlike Poseidon, who is full of fury, and Njord is the god of calm seas and gentle breezes. The ancient Norse would pray to him before each voyage, hoping for a safe return. For me, Njord represents the gentler side of the ocean, a place of connection, trade, and prosperity. Kanaloa, the Hawaiian god of the deep sea, is often associated with the octopus, a mysterious, intelligent, and agile creature. This makes me think that the sea is not just the surface we see, but also the depths of our spirit and ancestral memories. Kanaloa is seen as a guardian spirit, guiding souls to the afterlife, suggesting that the sea is also a gateway between the two worlds. Sedna is the Inuit goddess of the sea. According to legend, she was once a mortal girl who was betrayed and fell into the sea, and then became a god. She protects the creatures of the sea and decides whether to give humans fish or shrimp. I see Sedna not only as a symbol of the harsh nature, but also as a voice of justice, that if humans abuse the sea will reject us. Though they come from different cultures, these sea gods all demonstrate one truth. The ocean is more than just water. It is wisdom, order, memory, life, and death. When we listen to these myths, we not only learn history, we are also reminded of how we should live in harmony with nature and ourselves. Across cultures around the world, the image of the ocean has always been associated with two opposing sides. Both a source of life that nourishes all species and a force that threatens human existence. From the Greek Poseidon to the West African Yemaya to the Inuit Sedna, all reflect the anxiety mixed with gratitude that humans have for the vast ocean. The sea provides us with food, trade, and connection, but at the same time, it also reminds us of the limits of human beings before the power of nature. The myths of the sea gods are not only to be told, but also to serve as reminders. Live in harmony, cherish and protect the sea before it is too late. If you find this journey through the legendary oceans interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join me in discovering more mysteries of myths around the world.